going on? You already know who the fuck I am. I'm that clown ass, sucker ass nigga. Oh man, working at the goddamn corporate plantation, but shout out to everybody that's out there. You already know who the fuck I am. I'm your boy Warren G, and the place to be. Been clowning sucker free since 2003, which means ain't no finessing me at all. Completely and freely. Don't get me to start rapping around this motherfucker. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Shout out to everybody that's out there, man, at the corporate plantation right now. I'm pretty sure it's a nigga right now like, God damn, if this motherfucker say one more motherfucking word, nigga get to acting like Pinky on Friday. Don't say another motherfucking word, nigga. That type of shit. That's how you be feeling when you at the corporate plantation. Shout out to everybody out there that is melanated and highly favored. And shout out to everybody that's out there studying, reading, gathering knowledge of who the fuck you are so you can take that knowledge and spread it. Each one teach 21. So shout out to everybody that's out there that's handling business right now as we speak. Shout out to everybody that's dealing with this clown ass weather. 1 minute is there ain't no wind, the next minute is hot, the next minute is windy and it's cold. Like, what the fuck? Shout out to everybody out there that's telling a nigga to go take that clown ass vaccination. Go do it, clown. Why you want everybody else to go do it? Just do it for yourself. Shout out to everybody that's in their own lane and making it happen and making it do what it do for themselves. Shout out to all my finessing ass motherfuckers that's at the corporate plantation right now. Hey man, I gotta say this though. Y'all niggas need to stop begging at these jobs, man. If you at the corporate plantation and you be begging like that, then your ass don't need no job. Your ass need rehab for begging. These niggas, man, I ain't never worked with so many motherfuckers in my lifetime at the many corporate plantations I worked at. Nigga come to work and tell all his goddamn business. And always got some Crimea River Justin Timberlake story to tell you. So shout out to everybody out there that's staying away from that shit and handling business. Man, there's a lot of shit to discuss today. I'm reading and checking out a lot of things, man. Shout out to everybody out there that understands what knowledge is about and your quest for knowledge. And sometimes you can't save everybody. So shout out to not trying to save everyone. Shout out to everybody that's out there trying to become an entrepreneur and your quest in becoming one. Hey man, it takes time. So shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody that's supporting black businesses. Freedom Paper Company. Y'all see I keep this toilet tissue up there. I got plenty of it. I don't know if that's how you show it. Whatever. Freedom Paper Company. You need to go shit. Go get some of their paper. Their toilet tissue. Shout out to my Outright Herbs. Shout out to Mix of Health and blackandnoble.com. I fuck with them on the regular to get my sea moss and shit from them. Shout out to everybody that's out there that's fucking with the sea moss, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I got something coming real soon, but I ain't gonna pump it on here like that because right now this channel ain't really for that. This channel is about growing and searching to be a better person in this world. I've heard some good quotes, but one of the good quotes that I really like is, if you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. So shout out to everybody out there that's not keeping negative people around them. You know, you could be like, man, I'm thinking about doing this. Man, I wouldn't do that, man. That shit costs too much money. Man, but maybe I was doing this. Man, you gonna need more money for that, man. I wouldn't do. Just stay the fuck away from them type of people, man. And handle your business and do what you need to do. So shout out to them. We got a lot of shit to discuss. We gonna talk about P. Diddy. P. Diddy, man, had to G-check General Motors. P. Diddy like, y'all niggas ain't finna have me out there looking like no suck ass nigga. So shout out to that. We gonna discuss that shit. We're definitely gonna talk a little bit about Phillip Adams, man, an ex-NFL player who went on man, I don't know if it's a killing spree or what, but man, you know, it's a lot of violent crimes going on nowadays, and we gotta be mindful and be very aware of what the fuck is going on and what we need to do. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. It's all going to relate back to the corporate plantation. So, shout out to everybody out there that's at the corporate plantation. I would suggest you listen to me when you are there because it will make more sense. So shout out to everybody that's there right now as we speak, working at the corporate plantation. And shout out to niggas that always question you talking about, man, what you work 2 jobs for? Nigga, because the first one ain't paying shit. Why the fuck you think? Nigga, because I just want to be out the house all goddamn day. Nah, nigga. So shout out to everybody out there that's hustling, handling business, reading, researching. Man, I've been so busy. I ain't even had really a chance to finish reading my book, A Price for a Pound of Flesh. That's the book I'm currently reading right now. So shout out to everybody that's out there reading. If you got any books that you want to put me up on the game, you know, my email is nowayoutlv@gmail.com. If you got books that you think I should read or whatever, put me up on the game, man. Leave it in the chat. Leave a message. I don't care, man. That's what this shit is about. Because as nearly full of junior teachers, I'm still learning. Shout out to everybody out there that ain't paid their goddamn cock table bill. Niggas, they turn on the internet. Shout out to niggas like me that pay the shit and the shit still don't work right. Every time it's a windstorm, they be like, yeah, there's an outage in your area. Fuck out of here, man. I'm so sick of that shit. I wish another internet company would come out here and provide a better service, because this shit getting old. So shout out to everybody out there. We gonna get into it. We gonna use the correlation effect to tie everything into one. And then after that, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Let's get it. Hey. Man, before I get started, man, God damn, man. Shout out. I always send shout outs to people that's at the core plantation, because that shit is not fun. No matter what core plantation you work at. Now, there's some plantations that are probably ran a lot better than others. It's all a plantation. But the thing that I like to touch on too before I really even get into the topic is valuing your time, man. A lot of these places, man, you work at, you deal with people, and it's like they just want to keep you there all night. And I'm a firm believer in I value my time, and when I gotta not value my time because of other people's mistakes, that's when it's time to be like, man, what the fuck is this, man? And a lot of the time, man, at these core plantations, a lot of these people are not held accountable. And that's real, man. They just not, unless they're black. If they black, they definitely guilty, nigga. You're held accountable. Hell, you could have a perfect attendance, you could have a perfect everything, and guess what happened? Even if you even think about question, guilty, nigga. Well, I didn't even say anything. I was gonna tell you that you're doing a good job managing us, Mr. Master Boss. Well, I just felt like you were gonna say something negative, so you're a nigger and guilty. And that's exactly how they feel, and that's exactly how they act. And it's so funny, man, because you notice you're seeing all these shootings and all this other stuff going on. I'm going to get into that too. But the major thing is I was reading this article on CNN about Diddy, how he had to G-check General Motors because they always, all these dealerships and all these manufacturers, they always market to black folk because they know black folk going to spend their money. Nigga, look, that's why if I was a white person, I'd be so confident in giving niggas reparations. I'd be like, get them niggas reparations. Half these niggas gonna bring it right back to us and buy Cadillacs and do all this other shit. But I think some of these dominant white society people know that black folk gonna spend money with black folk and they gonna reinvest in themselves. And that's what they're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Sharing information, because this is the information era. You know what I'm saying? So this era right now that we in is information. And information is key and it's powerful. And I think a lot of the times, man, we don't want to look at that because we're so focused on how people view us. Sometimes you got to get out of that and fuck it how a nigga view you. You just got to get it while you get it how you live, man. Fuck what they going through. And as I'm reading this article, I'm going to play some audio. But he had to G-check their ass, man, because niggas about to start getting on, because General Motors be on some bullshit anyway with they bullshitting car making ass. All the cars look alike anyway. And now all of a sudden, because Elon Musk and the goddamn Tesla, now everybody want to come out with an electric car. Ain't that a bitch? Well, where was y'all antennas at years ago? And see, this is what I mean about, you know, we got to watch these things. First of all, look at General Motors and all these other dealerships or manufacturers or whatever, car makers. Nigga, y'all didn't have no problem making these fucking expensive ass shit boxes on wheels when petrol was fucking $5 a gallon. Y'all wasn't thinking about no goddamn electric car. Then all of a sudden they see Tesla, Elon Musk is winning over there and became a damn trillionaire off of an electric car where nigga ain't gotta use no petrol. Now motherfucker like, oh, now we gonna put our line out. It's like, nigga, stop, man. Man, watch what's gonna happen. They gonna shift it all to electric, and then gas gonna be 50 cents a gallon. Watch, cause that's not the wave no more. Gas ain't the wave no more. Now they gonna charge you for water and electricity. They don't give a fuck about gas. But in 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nigga, petrol was going for I don't know how fucking much, $3, $4, $5, $6. They just kept raising the top of but the oil traders, man, and just anything a nigga throw at us. Now, Puffy gets involved because General Motors is basically hiding behind Revolt TV, like they stand for equality and black folks and all. Like they not anti-black race. They like anti-black racist shit going on at their corporation. Man, stop. When's the last time you seen a black person that was the CEO of General Motors? You're never going to see that. That's never going to happen. And I don't understand why people think that is going to happen. It's never going to happen, man. It's funny, man. Sometimes when you explain it to people, you have to explain to them in layman's terms. Like, it was a conversation. I'm going to say that for the podcast with me and Nick. Shout out to Nick, too. But there was just some conversation that I had, and I'm going to just give you a brief. Not that you're going to explain it to a person, but people always think they know what's going on. But you got to really understand the whole perspective. And when I look at General Motors, that shit don't surprise me. They do all their marketing to niggas. Because they know niggas is going to be goofies and use their rent money to go put down on the Cadillac. And they going to use their light bill money to buy rims. They know that. I'm not saying all niggas is like that, but for the most part, they know that. What's up, nigga? Phil Jackson or Luke Warren? Hey, Nick. Hey, that's my boy Nick that's in the chat. Hey, man. Hey, when I get done, man, we definitely got to have a conversation. And that's definitely going to be a topic for the podcast. I don't even want to say it, man, but you already know, man. You already know. Shout out to my nigga Nick, man. But anyway, man, it's so funny because I look at General Motors and all. First of all, what's his name? Henry Ford is not responsible for the first automobile. He was responsible for the mass production of the automobile. And all he did was steal niggas' ideas and go to the patent office until he got in trouble with them Jews because he wrote a book called The International Jew talking shit about all the shit that they was doing. I got that book. And them motherfuckers started depleting his stock and fucking with his ass. Then he tried to come back and apologize and shit. Fuck Henry Ford wasn't shit. All these motherfuckers that the dominant society want niggas to praise, they wasn't shit. None of them was shit. They was all white supremacists, treating niggas like shit, stealing their ideas and keeping niggas around because they knew they couldn't come up with the new and innovative wave that was going on. Trust me, if we built the pyramids, then you don't think that we built this country, United States of America? Stop. And what these major corporations, aka corporate plantations, do is they align themselves with shields. Like they'll use like, Revolt TV, and they'll partner with them and basically try to sponsor them so that they can, hey, see, we do Revolt TV, a black-owned business. Stop. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about no niggas. Then if you care, just like the NBA. And by the way, I fuck with Phil Jackson and not Luke Walton. Luke Walton was a fucking bum, Nick. He was a fucking check thief who his daddy politic, the reason why he sat on the bench at the Lakers organization when they was winning those championships in 2001, 2 and 3 type shit. And he was a fucking horrible coach, and they wouldn't let Magic Johnson fire him. He was horrible. He shouldn't be a coach. You're not relatable. But anyway, no, he exemplifies white privilege. Stop. They wouldn't even let the greatest Laker terminate him. Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker. I love Kobe Bryant, but sorry, Kobe, you didn't win no championship your rookie year. I got love for you, brother, but Magic won his rookie year. I'm sorry. So I'm always have love for Magic Johnson. I'm talking about basketball-wise. Basketball-wise, you know what I'm saying? But we got to look at these things, man. It's just like when you take a deal with Nike or Adidas or Reebok. Shout out to Master P and Baron Davis. They trying to buy Reebok, and I hope they, I think they're going to do it now. I want them to do it. I'm going to start wearing Reebok all the time if it's black owned. But the thing that I'm looking at is Puffy, for an example. That's why Puffy sent that shit out there. He ain't dumb. Like, nigga, you already know all this anti-black racist shit is going on. So y'all niggas ain't finna hide behind Revolt TV on no sucker shit because y'all niggas getting flack from everybody else. Hey, what's going on, Tasha? Nah, you ain't late. You ain't missed shit. You just missed a little bit. But I'm telling you this shit right now. Does this surprise you? Because it don't surprise me. The reason why it doesn't surprise me is because I feel like every corporate plantation, every major corporation, they're gonna do that. They're gonna be in alignment with things that make their brand look good. That's why, right now, all it takes is, I would say, one black person to do something monumental, and you're gonna see all these major corporations want to sponsor that black person, right? Until maybe there's a tweet that comes out about that person or something else. It's like, and it's so funny, man, because that girl that was running Teen Vogue or whatever, she said something about, oh, I got eyes like an Asian person, I got allergies. And they called for her resignation, but it was a Latino sister up there saying nigga, nigga, nigga on Twitter. They ain't fire that bitch. But it's all good because this is what happens. Like I said before, every other racial group, they're in alignment with the white dominant society. Hell, they want to be white. That's why I always use this analogy. I always say, oh, you got Puerto Rican pride. Yeah, Puerto Rican pride. You got Cuban pride, Latino pride. Yeah. You know, Latino pride. You know, yeah. Okay. And then watch them at the corporate plantation and see how they act. They don't act like no Latinos. I go get you some real Latinos that really got racial pride in who the fuck they are. That's my niggas with the belt buckles and the cowboy boots and the hats, and they fucking do construction and they do yard work and they do the real shit. They don't conform. They do what the fuck they need to do to fucking survive. They not at no corporate plantation replicating the behavior of the dominant white society. They don't do that shit. Those are the Latino motherfuckers that I respect. And I hold them in a different regard, and I'm not mad at them. Because they like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to just do it this way. I just don't respect any other racial group that comes here and shits on black folk as if we didn't build the country. Like as if the dominant society has not allowed you to come over here off the backs of black labor. You know, and then when you look at a company, again, like General Motors, bro, General Motors is who General Motors is because of black folk. Not because of no fucking white people. Nothing but black folks working in those goddamn plants. But it wasn't no black folks running no plants. And that's the things that we gotta look at and start taking stock and inventory in. Now I'm gonna play some of this audio and I wanna see what they talking about. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. It's about Puffy. So let's see if we can get the audio. I ain't gonna play no motherfucking commercials. Like I said, nigga, this ain't NBC, CNN, no, nigga. I don't play commercials on here. Fuck out of here, then. They always trying to sell you some shit, too. That's why I hate watching regular TV. If I can't DVR it, I just won't watch it. They always selling you a car, especially tax time. Tax time, oh, shit, here they come. Selling you a car, selling you something. Selling pussy, cars, whatever. Okay, here we go.
Says it plans to be carbon neutral.
Hold on, let's see. I want to see what they got to say. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
By 2040, and have 40% of all U.S. models running on batteries within the next 5 years. More on how they will do it and how the Biden administration wants to help them. Here's our business and political correspondent, Vanessa.
See? This is what I'm talking about. What did I just tell y'all? Now Tesla come out with an all-electric car. Now, back in the day, General Motors, excursions, Yukon Denali's, and all this other shit, gas guzzlers, nigga, petrol was going $3, $4, $5 a gallon. General Motors didn't give a fuck about selling you no fucking truck that was $30,000, and then it cost you $1,000 a month to fill it up. Now, all of a sudden, because niggas like, well, why would I pay $40,000 for a fucking gas guzzler when I can pay 40 racks for a Tesla, and all I got to do is charge it? And I can go use a charging station for free. So why the fuck would I do that? And Elon Musk is winning. So now they like, oh, well, now we're going to man, get the fuck out of here. Trust me. Now watch. Electricity is going to go through the roof, and water's going to go through the roof. Anything that they can get their hands on and monopolize, they going to do it, man. And they don't give a fuck. And then they going to hide behind that, oh, we not anti-black racist. We don't have no anti-black racism going on here. And then you'll be like, well, who's your CEO? And guess what? It's some dominant white society motherfucker. But let's see what they saying. Because, you know what I'm saying? No, man, please, man. I'm not finna play that shit. Hold on. Let's see what they say. Let's see.
Vanessa, this is game-changing.
Absolutely. It's a significant step for the U.S.'s largest automaker to try to move all of their vehicles to clean energy. And
that the U.S. makers largest automaker who filed bankruptcy and went bankrupt in 2008 because all the CEOs, dominant white society people, was flying jets, making sure their family was taken care of, but didn't give a fuck about the average black person that was working in them plants building those motherfucking cars. So fuck that. I hope they all go bankrupt. Fuck them. They don't give a fuck about no niggas.
Do so to combat climate change. And GM is saying that they can get this done in 20 years. Here's how they plan to do it. They want to get the majority of their vehicles, turning them into electric vehicles. They also want all of their plants run on renewable energy. And it's going to cost them, though. It's going to cost them about $27 billion to do that.
Way.
And this is a strong signal, really, to other automakers, essentially challenging them, saying, hey, what are you guys going to do to meet clean energy standards? And this is also a signal to the Biden administration that maybe they can be a little bit tougher on climate change as it pertains to big corporations. Just this week, President Biden signs an executive order re-looking at some of those emission targets. And we've seen over the last few years, GM really move a lot of their plants, turning them into plants that can make electric vehicles. And this is something that has caused some significant job loss. And that's a concern, obviously, of the Biden administration. They want any new jobs created for these companies to be U.S. jobs. And this is also a concern of the United Auto Workers Union that represents many of these GM workers. They just responded in a statement to GM after this announcement. Here's what they had to say about it. They said the important thing is that that President Biden agrees with our position.
Man, first of all, Biden ain't going to agree with nothing that doesn't have nothing to do with him and his cabinet and getting votes. First of all, matter of fact, all you Democrats, where he at? Where's that reparations talk at? When you supposed to go talk to Cube and Dr. Claude Anderson and all these people that you didn't want to talk to until after the election? Exactly. Because they was never planning on talking to you suck-ass niggas. And I'm talking about the niggas that's 50 years old and down. I'm not talking about 50 and up. 50 and up, y'all get a pass because I get it. Y'all think this is the way to go. But if you 50 and down, you should have had enough information pass through your hands where you know that the Democrats are just as bad, matter of fact, worse than the Republicans as far as anti-black racism goes. Man, they don't give a fuck about no black people. Trust and believe you me. They don't care. The 94 crime bill is all we need to discuss. It was a dude on Twitter making excuses for Obama and Joe Biden. I'm like, bro, Obama didn't even want to say black man. Obama distanced himself from his own preacher. This is supposed to be your pastor. So fuck that, man. And Obama's he's not a foundational black American. He's an immigrant. And that's exactly why they put him in that position, because they knew he wasn't going to do shit for no black folk. Trust and believe me on that one. And that's a fact. Nah, man, we're not going to play the rest of this shit. See, and these motherfuckers up here playing games like, it's going to be clean emissions air. Stop. There's going to be no clean emissions air. Fuck all that. It'll be clean emissions. Let me tell you, it'll be clean emissions. You know when it'll be clean emissions? When motherfuckers completely be like, fuck gas. I'm not buying no gas. Fuck that. If it ain't no electric car, then fuck it. I'll just catch the bus. Then the motherfucker be like, oh, all electric. That's why everybody going with the wave now. Now, how about y'all take that same energy and go with reparations for black folk? Why don't you take that energy, and since we want to wave with the electricity and all this other shit, why don't you take that same electricity energy and why don't you electrify some goddamn reparations for black folk so we ain't got to be out here going to the goddamn corporate plantation and becoming great thespians and actors as if we really want to be here. Stop, man. If you look to your left, you look to your right, you see a melanated person on your left and your right, and they smiling and goofy and all this other shit, step away from their ass. But if you're looking at somebody that's not smiling and kind of there to just do their job, those are the motherfuckers you need to fuck with. Because those are the people that's going to give you the honest opinion of what they really fucking see. And it ain't going to be no hoe-ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny, too, because I'm reading this article about Matt Gaetz. I guess he's planning on pleading guilty. Guilty, nigga. Talking about, these are lies. Yeah, right, nigga. You was paying for pussy. If you was showing pussy on the house floor, then we know you was buying pussy, nigga. Stop. But Bill Cosby is still in the pen. This is the shit that... But we did a Me Too on R. Kelly on some shit that happened 20, 30 years ago. Like I said, man, I feel bad for for certain people's family, because especially black folk, those black folks that have dealt with that trauma, how do you know they want to keep reliving that shit? And that ugly motherfucking KRS King Cooper looking bitch, Toronto, whatever the fuck her name is, with the Me Too movement. That's why. Look at how the way that bitch looked. That bitch looked like Baraka from Mortal Kombat and KRS-One had a baby. Fuck out of here, man. And this bitch up here talking about Me Too and all this other shit. But then when you be like, hey, man, what's up with Harvey Weinstein, man? And Jeffrey Epstein. Motherfucker be like, what you mean? I don't know what you talking about. Selective memory having asses. Niggas be quick to go at niggas, and then when it's time, that's exactly why YouTube tripping again. Oh man, I know it is. I knew it was gonna be doing that. I know it's gonna be doing that, man. Don't even trip, man. I'm recording it. YouTube tripping again. You already know how YouTube be, man. I'll tell you this right now, man, because I'm trying to look for some audio on the Puff Daddy thing, because I kind of want to read a little bit of it. I can't, they see, that's what I don't like, man, because they made it seem like he was going to, the whole audio was going to be about Puff Daddy going in. Let me see. Puff Daddy rips. Let me see if I can go to it again. And, you know, I guess Diddy, he go off on him for name dropping his network to defend against systematic racism. Let's read this shit. I just want to read this shit. Sean Diddy Combs is accusing General Motors of name dropping his network to score points with Black America. See? The 51-year-old Bad Boy Record founder called out GM on Thursday for using its business relationship with the Revolt Media and TV cable network he founded in 2013 as a shield, what did I say, against racism, accusing accusations made by the leader of several other black-owned media companies. Corporations like General Motors have exploited our culture, undermining our power, and excluded black entrepreneurs from participating in the value created by black consumers. Combs wrote in a scathing open letter posted on Revolt's website that also criticized corporate America at large. The same feet these companies use to stand with us in solidarity are the same feet they use to stand on our necks, he added. Diddy strongly worded statements came in response to recent comments made by GM's leaders in defense in the amount of advertising revenue the company spends with black-owned media outlets. A group of African-American media moguls, including entertainment studios and Weather Channel owner Byron Allen. I got love Byron Allen, but you ain't heard shit from him since that lawsuit. It's like the nigga just disappeared. And the big 3-on-3 basketball league owner Ice Cube and Ebony magazine owner Junior Bridgman recently ran a series of similar advertorials in major newspapers criticizing GM for spending billions of dollars on advertising but distributing less than 1% of its ad buys on black-owned media companies. The very definition of systematic racism is when you are ignored, excluded, and you don't have the true economic inclusion. The leaders stated in their first advertorial, General Motors spends billions of dollars in advertising and less than 0.5 goes to black-owned media. Now, that's why I did that title today. Let me tell you why. Does that surprise y'all? Because it don't fucking surprise me. Not at all. Let me tell you. They're always going to view you as a nigga because of 450 years of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining. Why do we keep giving the dominant society the benefit of a doubt? If it's not eradicating the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing a system of justice, why do y'all think they're going to do anything else? They're not going to do anything else. That's why when they do these venture deals with black folk, they'll do it if it benefits them. They're not going out of their way to do anything to benefit the black community as a whole. Because if that's the case, the first thing they would do is start allowing black business owners to stay within the hood without gentrifying them so black business owners can flourish. But soon as the tough gets tough, they start raising shit. The black business owners get the fuck up out of there because they can't afford to be over there no more. And then guess who comes moving in? The Asian businesses. No diss to my Asian brothers and sisters, but goddamn, y'all are very, very keen and sinister on coming amongst black folk and peddling our shit to us. And then treating us like shit when we kind of are oppositional on how you act. The only discrepancy I have with my people is stop going into these nail salons. Stop going into these fucking hair shops and beauty supply places and fucking with them. You know they don't fuck with you. Man, you can Google black businesses, black nail technicians. You can go on YouTube, go on Facebook, go on Instagram. It just takes a little research. And then when you are dealing with a black business, stop turning your nose up talking about the shit costs too fucking much money. I've never been around so many fucking people that will complain about a black business, but then you be looking at them and they bragging about how much they Gucci watch costs, or they Versace glasses cost, or they Louis bag cost. You brag about that, but then when a nigga be like, hey man, I got these t-shirts, what they going for, $20? Ah man, 20? Man, you need to sell them for 10. That's too high. It's like, god damn, I don't do that shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Cause let me tell you something, and I'm gonna keep this shit a buck. If you don't support a black business, then who the fuck is? That's a fact. You better realize that, you better know that, and you better own that. Don't be looking around thinking that somebody is gonna do something for you. You gotta do it for yourself as far as handling your business, your personal business, and being in your own lane. That's what I mean. Cause there's a lot of motherfuckers out here that wanna work when they wanna work, and then when the results are not the same as the person next to them, now they pissed off and they mad. And like I said, this is the era of information. But a lot of times the millennials, they want the information, but it's what are you doing with the information? Are you taking the information and using it and putting people on the game and gaming people up? Or you just halfway listening and then you really want to listen when it benefits you or when you missed out on something? Because I know some people, man, that I gave advice to. They ain't listen to me because they look at me probably like, oh, this nigga ain't got shit, so why did I listen to him? See, that's the problem with black folk. In my personal opinion, we don't want to support each other. We don't fuck with each other a long way. We view each other as competition. And you like, oh, one, what you mean? I mean, bro, we're competing against them. Racism is the competition of resources, to use those resources to oppress another racial group. So we don't own boats, planes, ships, agriculture. We don't own nothing. That's being held in the hands of the dominant society, white dominant society. They own the banks. They own all that. So we got to be in competition with all these other racial groups. So if we going to be in competition with them, then we got to be what Neely Fuller Jr. calls is a code. We have to have a code established. And a lot of times niggas don't want to be on code. And this is what I mean. Now you got Revolt TV, right? They got business dealings with General Motors. But General Motors hides behind Revolt TV. So Puffy gets... You know, what he does is basically put it out there like, hey, y'all not finna be high behind us. But my thing is always this. Why do you even need their sponsorships? There's enough black billionaires and I love black millionaires, but because I get it. We all want to have nice shit. We all want to have nice houses and we all want to stunt on each other. I used to say this. I used to say this to young cats when I used to work at the city part-time and I worked, you know, by Palo Verde High School, and they'd be like, yeah, man, that nigga got money. Are you woo? And I used to be like, y'all want to know who got real money? Go to Queensridge. That'll tell you who got real money. Cause you and go to the Red Rock Country Club. And then motherfuckers shut up. I was like, yeah, cause the only thing I see niggas being security at the Red Rock Country Club, and I see the Latino brothers and sisters cutting the grass. But I don't see no Latino brothers and no black motherfuckers in there living in the Red Rock Country Club. So while y'all up here trying to money shame each other, go to Queensridge, go to the nigga. Ain't no niggas that look like you or me in the Red Rock Country Club. But it's all a distraction. See, the dominant society they're very intelligent at keeping up confusion. That's some of the things that I learned reading the United Independent Compensatory Counter-Racist Code by Neely Fuller Jr. Let me see facts. Like simply teaching each other how to invest. Hey, what's going on, 066, by the way? Like simply teaching each other how to invest. I'm putting people on the Forex market trading. Been telling people to invest in stock and crypto. Yeah, man, I'm on my crypto shit now, man. If you can't read, you can't succeed. I like that. I want to make a shirt like that. And let me tell you something. I'm on that crypto now, man. That crypto is very volatile. I got Coinbase, and that shit is very volatile. And the shit is like, it's addicting. Nigga, I was buying crypto at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at like 1:30. I passed out, woke up, went on the shit, and was like, man, let me buy a couple of coins. That's why the regular stock exchange don't like crypto. Because crypto is like Vegas, my nigga. And the stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, is like Cali and like New York. You know, they close down at a certain time. Nigga, but Vegas don't close, nigga. Which means it's crack and meth and all that 24 hours a day, and liquor 24 hours a day, and hoes and pussy 24 hours a day. It's badussy 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And that's what they don't like. And that's why a lot of these southern states and smaller cities, they don't like cities like Vegas. Because everybody wants to replicate Vegas at this point. But Vegas is still trying to replicate LA. They trying to replicate LA, but LA closes down. Vegas don't close. And see, that's the thing about crypto. Crypto don't go to bed. Nigga, crypto is being traded right now, and at 2 o'clock in the morning it's being traded. And the volatility is through the roof. 1 minute you could buy a couple of coins. You could buy a Bitcoin or whatever, crypto coin for motherfucking 50 cents. And then you go to bed and wake up in the morning time, that shit is $2. You like, God damn. Fuck growing over time. That shit grew overnight. Shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all about investing, man. And to me, I think it's about having an intrinsic value in your brother and sister and not just treat them like shit. And the reason why I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this because I always talk about this. If you're a black business owner or you're a business owner, period, you can't be no asshole as far as if you're trying to market your business. Now, when your business grows and you got employees and you kind of becoming a boss status and you're employing people, okay, you're probably going to have to be an asshole. But when you're first starting out and you're trying to get business, you can't be an asshole and be saying slick shit to people at the job and being messy and phony and fake. See, a smart person learns from his mistakes. A wise person learns from others' mistakes. And the main thing that I learned about, you know, being a beginning entrepreneur is relationships. And it's how you treat people. And if you're a likable person and the product that you're selling, people fuck with it. Because if they fuck with it, they fuck with it. And the thing that I've learned about business, just from a small standpoint, is when you're creating these relationships, how you treat people determines how well your little business is going to do. And if people fuck with you and you're marketable as far as like, nah, man, you know, woo-woo is cool, motherfuckers will fuck with you. And I'm just speaking from a small standpoint, just watching, you know, different entrepreneurs, you know, and people with their business. Maybe it's a t-shirt business or maybe it's this business or that business. And that's what I learned, man. Like, you got to be marketable, and you can't, to me, you can't get on the corporate plantation and saying slick shit to your fellow brother and sister. Because to me, that comes off as a hater. And there's a lot of hating motherfuckers out there, man, that say slick shit and do slick things. I remember, like I said, I was working corporate plantation, and he wasn't no business owner or nothing, but the nigga tried to tell me what I needed to be doing. And his whole life was in shambles. But it just made him feel good because I felt like he just hated me because he wasn't me. He was like, he just wanted to take my joy and my passion on me just being who I am. And motherfuckers will do that shit to you. And motherfuckers try to walk in your lane and make you feel a certain way because, you know, you're not doing what they want you to do. Life is not about you doing what somebody else wants you to do. Life is about doing what you want to do, man. Trust in the process of what you have designed for you. Be in your lane, man. Don't do what everybody else telling you to do, especially when you're dealing with anti-black racism from other racial groups. See, that's why I keep my circle real tight. I don't have a lot of motherfuckers around me like that because I don't need people trying to be in my ear telling me what the fuck I need to be doing when they not even worried about their own fucking lane. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will come around And when the foundation is not built, they don't want to fuck with it. But once you done built the foundation, you done put up the sheetrock, you done put up the roof on the crib, put the extended garage on it, did everything, the electrical, plumbing, you did everything that needs to be done for that house to be built, right? Then what happens is, when the house is nice, you done painted it, now it's looking all fresh, line all tight. Now here come these same motherfuckers that didn't want to help you do it, but then when you like, nah, I'm good, I don't fuck with y'all didn't help. Now those are the same people that will go around and have a campaign, a negative campaign on how you built the house and how it wasn't shit. They remember you when you didn't have shit going on, but did you put in on it? Did you help? Because I'm a firm believer of building something from the ground up, man, because it's just sweeter that way. And a lot of the times when you have businesses like Revolt TV, we got enough black people in the United States of America Incorporated where Puffy and them shouldn't even need to be going to no General Motors for no sponsorship. It should be enough black fucking billionaires and people out there that really fuck with him, so he ain't got to be doing it. That's the problem too. We don't want to trust in each other because we view each other through the dominant society's eyes, the dominant white society. So when we be looking at each other, it's always, oh, what type of scam or game he going, but to me, I always look at it like this. If you walk in your path, the motherfuckers around you already know what it is, and they know they got to get the fuck away from you. I remember after reading, I think it was either not Black Labor, White Wealth. I don't know what book it was that I was reading. I think it was The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. The Matrix of Power, very, very good book. And after I read that book, I just kind of like started deleting people out of my phone. If I didn't deal with them, I just deleted them. And I went out of my way to be like, I'm not chasing after nobody, and I'm not doing that anymore. I don't care. Because you spend more energy trying to appease other people than even trying to stay on task and appease your fucking self. So fuck what everybody else got going through. Don't worry about what these people got to say, because that's the problem. We be so worried about sponsorships and money, and I get it, and the job, and I understand, because I work at the corporate plantation too, so I gotta be watching how I move, and you can't be reactionary, and you have to have a response, and you can't be emotional, so you have to learn how to keep your composure. That's why I always tell people, go read the United Independent Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. It teaches you about questioning, starting everything with a question, and about constructive behavior versus non-constructive behavior. Because non-constructive behavior is a nigga just wanting to get together to not do nothing. And that I can't stand, just getting together and we just wasting time. I hate that. That is the biggest pet peeve, because time is something you can't buy. You can't buy time, and it don't wait on nobody. And it's always constantly moving. So I am a firm believer of, I don't like people wasting my fucking time, because I don't want to waste yours. And I think a lot of us too are business acumen. We don't have our business acumen up to par. I think a lot of times we mad at other people because they're more business minded than we are. Because remember, it's not personal, it's just business. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us, we get frustrated with that. But what I want everybody to understand is this. Stay in your lane. Understand that even the wealthiest of the wealthiest, like Puff Daddy, look, they used him too. Been using him. That should show you right there. Well, we just gonna stand behind Revolt TV and fuck him. He could put out that statement, but nigga, you need our sponsorship. I think what would show us different is if Puppy was like, I'm severing ties with General Motors because I don't like where this is going. Because they'll sever ties with you. Look at that football player, Phillip Adams. They plaster him all over the news, just like Noah Green. Any black person that's doing shooting and killing, they can't wait to plaster that all over the news. But Matt Gaetz is allegedly supposed to be pleading guilty to sex trafficking. They ain't said shit about that. Whatever happened to Ghislaine Maxwell? Why don't we not know what the fuck is going on? Why don't they keep plastering her picture? You know why? Because that bitch got real info on powerful people. So that's why they're never going to allow you to see what the fuck this bitch really got going on. But R. Kelly is in jail and Bill Cosby's in jail. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. And you want to tell me there's no such thing as anti-black racism? You a fucking simping ass, coon, telling about the gun line, Hayward Shepherd, Sambo motherfucker, man. and get the fuck away from me. Hey, man, I went over again, but I didn't. I plan on being on here for 45 minutes this time, not 30. Hey, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, come fuck with your boy. This Saturday, me and Nick the Quick, we about to get it in, man. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, man. Hey, if you know anybody that really fuck with this shit, send it to them. But if they on some Sambo shit, just don't even send them my shit. Because they probably going to try to get my shit banned and shit. Hey, man. Hey. Hey. Hey, let me stop laughing, man. But hey, but check this out, though. That football player, he should just say he got a mental illness. He killed himself, but he should just say he got a mental illness like all them dominant white society people do when they get to shooting up niggas. Like Dylan Roof and the rest of the motherfuckers. Just say you have a mental illness. Well, he dead now because I guess he killed himself. But, man, he must have had a mental illness because that's what they be claiming. See, that's why y'all niggas need to stop that motherfucking therapy shit. But, hey, man, all right then, my nigga. But, hey, man, it's been one. And if you out there talk about you don't see color, you a coon. Guilty, nigga. Hey, I'm out, man. Peace.